Hey Moguls, it's Dr. T here, and we're here to mogul on up with some upgrades that are going to help you master your emotions like a mogul so you can absolutely operate as that mogul of your reality, a powerful, positively influential contributor to society, and a powerful creator for humanity. So today, we're going to make sure that you know how to master your emotions like the top moguls. So stay tuned and we're going to take you through this upgrade. Number one, understand that all emotions are coming from programming that is either at a higher frequency or a lower frequency. And to master our emotions, we need to understand what frequency we are at and to raise our frequency so that all the programming that keeps running in our reality gets to a higher level so that instead of constantly having to manage negative emotions in between some good ones here or there, when you raise your frequency, you will master your emotions and therefore master your reality. So the higher your frequency gets, you don't have to sit there trying to tolerate your emotions and constantly shifting them because your new frequency will give you high frequency emotions or high frequency programming, which is awesome. So we are going to go through today how you're going to do that. And I also want to say that one of the most important ways to master your emotions like the top moguls is to first and foremost be able to identify what emotions are the top ones, more like the moguls of reality who lead us and influence us, and what emotions are not mogul emotions. We have to be aware, we have to be connected to ourselves. So step one, we connect to ourselves. Are we in a reaction? Are we in an intention? Another way said, are we in a high frequency moment? Are we in a low frequency moment? Are we in emotions that are top mogul emotions like inspiration and enthusiasm and ambition? Or are we in low frequency emotions like anger, frustration, depression? We first stay connected to ourselves. Second, are we in a reaction or intention? Are we in a high frequency or low frequency? Just knowing. Are we here? Are we here? Are we a mogul? Are we lower? Are we a mogul? Are we in struggle? Are we a mogul? Once we understand, okay, we've dropped down. We're not at the highest level. We're not at mogul level. Our frequency is too low. We're getting the low frequency emotions from our human design system. We stay aware, we stay connected, we notice, am I in the emotions of a mogul? Am I in the emotions of struggle? If we are in the emotion of struggle, the simple process to start to shift that, once you become aware of it, is to ask yourself, what are my intentions? As soon as you do that, intentions start to come in. You have to let them come in. You have to get the answer. Like, here's the answer. Feel better. Conquer the world. Cure cancer. World peace. Get a great meal. Whatever it is. We got to know what our intentions are. When we start to shift into our intentions, we start to shift more into the mogul dimension. And now as we're in the mogul dimension, we're starting to go that way. We're literally starting to do an upgrade, which we call a pattern shift, which is the name of my third book, is Pattern Shift from Transforming Your Reality Through Intentionality. So the simple way we get into emotional mastery, so we have the mastery of the mogul dimension of reality, connect to ourselves. Are we in a reaction or an intention? Choose our intention and start to go into that dimension. What's my intention? If we have to ask it 10 times, what else is my intention? What else is my intention? Want to do this. Want to be a power couple. Want to create a dynasty. Want to build an empire. Want to feed myself. Want to have more friends. Want to build a network. Want to build a channel. want to influence millions, whatever it is, want a hug. We have to go into those intentions, and then we only, and when I say only, I mean only, we only do the actions that represent those intentions and nothing else. If we do anything other than our intentions, we're not in the Mogul dimension. All right, so that's a basic framework for emotional mastery and Mogul dimension mastery. Want to help you know a little bit more about how to know if you're in a high or low frequency. Typically, anything below 200 on the frequency scale, which you can also look up as the Hawkins frequency scale, anything below 200, we start to get down into frustration, shame, guilt. We start to get down to the bottom, down too low. It's uncomfortable. It's prompting us because it's saying this is not who you are. It's prompting us to get into our real self, not our not self. So we got to raise up. Technically, we want to be in the 1000s. That's where humanity would operate at a very amazing level in a flow state. For those of you who have ever been in a flow state, you know how good it feels. It's better than any happiness or any pills or anything in the world could ever do for you. So, we want to test our frequency. The way we do that is hopefully we have someone around, but if not, we're going to locate someone either in this moment that you're watching this or someone that you're going to connect with in the future, more immediate future. And you're going to test your frequency. And you can do this every day. You can do this multiple times a day to know, am I in a high frequency, a Mogul frequency, or am I in a low frequency? If I'm in a low frequency, I'm going to get low frequency emotions. I'm in a high frequency, I'm going to get high frequency emotions. And I'm going to feel great. So we start with a baseline. We just say to ourselves, we just first ask, what is my frequency? Let the universe give you the answer. Let's say, for me, 750. I've been doing this a long time. So if I want to test my frequency, I have a colleague, a friend, maybe a client doing this, one of people, my neighbors, say, I'm going to test my frequency today. So you're going to hold out your arm. And when you hold out your arm, so the directions are to the other person, you're just going to say, when I say this sentence, you're going to push my arm down and I'm going to try to push up. So say I have somebody here, I'd say my frequency is 750 and I would try to go up and that person's pushing down. If I can go up or stay strong, then that's the correct reading. If I dip a little, if I go up, it might even be higher. My frequency is 800 and I'm like super strong. So I can test it. You can do this with any sentence, by the way, not just your frequency. If it's kind of, when I say my frequency is 750, if it kind of is harder, they can push down. So let me test it. My frequency is 725. If I go strong, then that's the correct one. If it's still weak, I have to give another number, either up or down. If your frequency is anywhere typically down below 200 or say 300, that range, 300 or lower, you're going to get low frequency emotions. If your frequency starts to be higher, you're going to get more love, more peace, more harmony, more purpose, more connection, more flow, and you move it on up. And when you learn to master your emotions like a Mogul, your baseline frequency goes up to the Mogul dimension of reality, to the flow state. So whether it's someone you have with you right now, you may want to rewind this and watch this again. You can do this for the frequency. You can do it every day, multiple times a day. You can know where you're at. If you want to raise your frequency, you raise it like I just showed you before I showed you this frequency test. And if you want to raise your frequency throughout the day, then you constantly focus on your intentions. Constantly. If you slip and are not focusing on those and you start to feel your frequency dip, you can test your frequency. You can also just go right into raising your frequency. You can do both. You can do either. But if you want to bring the frequency up, which by the way is great, it gets your dopamine up, your serotonin, your neurotransmitters, you raise that frequency through intentionality. Simple question. What are my intentions? You connect to them. whatever it might be a millionaire, be a billionaire, save the world, change the world, raise a beautiful family, love your child, um, have more hugs with people, whatever it is that you want. The intentions start to change your chemistry. They take you into another dimension of reality. They raise your frequency. And now, instead of getting those negative emotions that you feel like you always have to master, the higher your frequency, you're just going to keep getting high level reality. Great ideas, new inventions, new innovations, new connections. And the more you're in intention, the more you'll be in the intentional reality field of flow and the mogul dimension. All right, everyone. So, what we've done today is make sure that you know the importance of mastering your emotions like a mogul. We've connected to why this is important, how to connect with yourself, know are you in a reactive state or an intentional state, which is very same thing as saying are you in a high frequency or low frequency. You can either just start raising your frequency through asking yourself what are my intentions, or you can also test your frequency, get to see where it's at, and then start moving into your intentionality. All you have to do is stay in the field of intentionality. So you give an intention, you keep giving them. You can ask yourself this question 20 times. What are my intentions? Keeps going. Keep going. Get your intentions. Stay with them. It starts to pattern shift you, starts to give you an upgrade. Before you know it, now the mogul dimension of emotional mastery starts to get momentum. Now you start to get all the ideas from that. You become a mogul because you're operating in the mogul dimension. All right, moguls, thanks for staying tuned here. Thanks for making the upgrade so you head into the whole amazing world of moguling instead of struggling. You're going from struggle to mogul, and you're going into the incredible emotional mastery of the mogul dimension. All right, thank you for making this upgrade, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye, moguls.